you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is LaLa. If you're not familiar with me, I've been documenting my journey from America to Africa, and currently I'm in beautiful Zanzibar and I'm enjoying my time here. As you see, it's beautiful, and yeah, I'm just really living a nomadic lifestyle right now. If you guys watch my previous videos, you will realize that I had some financial challenges along the way. I'm still not out of the hole completely yet, but things are looking up for me and I'm focused. So if you want to know how I got out of that financial struggle, make sure you watch the last video, and I go into detail on how to avoid going broke in Africa. But today I'm going to discuss what are the things you should know before coming to Tanzania. When I was coming here, I was looking for content like this, and there was a lot of things that wasn't explained to me. So I'm here to fill you in on what you need to know before coming to Tanzania, wherever you go, whether it's Arusha, Zanzibar, or Dar. So stay tuned. Number one thing you should know, which I'm sure you've seen this on other channels, is there are power outages here. What I've noticed is most of the power outages occur in the places that have a lot of nature. In Zanzibar, I haven't experienced many power outages here, but when I was located in Mikocheni, there was a lot of power outages. When I was in Masaki, I didn't experience many power outages at all, at all. So there are certain areas that have power outages more than others. As you go along your journey, you'll realize which areas do have more power outages. But regardless, you should always bring like a power bank with you for your electronics, especially your phone. I don't know if they have power banks for laptops, but they do have power banks for your phones, and you want to keep that charged just in case there's a power outage and you have to do business online and you can use your phone. That's an option. So that's number one, power outages. And number two, do not dress flashy or provocative. You can do whatever you like actually, but this is probably 80% Muslim country and 20% other religions. So if you dress flashy or provocative, you will stand out. Let's just talk about being flashy. If you're flashy, you will be overcharged for a lot of things because they will just assume you have money, because the majority of people are not flashy here. This is not the West. You know, this is Tanzania, and people dress very humble. So if you dress flashy, you will stand out and it won't do you any benefit. So all the Jordans, Nikes, things like that, name brand, don't even bring that stuff, honestly, unless you're going to wear it around the house. But when you're going shopping and things like that, you don't want to be flashy because it's going to work against you. And as far as dressing provocative, most of the women are in Muslim attire. You don't have to wear Muslim attire, but just try your best to blend in and mix your own style with theirs, you know? So me, I like to show skin, not too much skin. Since I've had my daughter, I do want to dress more modestly, but there are times that I work out and my workout clothes show a lot of skin. So I try to work out at my house. I no longer go jogging with my tight fitted workout attire because it just draws a lot of attention, and honestly, I don't like a lot of attention. Regardless of what my Instagram may show you, I'm a really modest person at heart. So I'm actually going to go shopping today to get some dresses and things like that for myself that are more modest, because I plan to go to Ghana at first, and in Ghana I feel like you could show a little more skin, so that's what I had packed for. But now that I'm in Tanzania, I'm trying my best to like blend in and still be true to who I am. So try to dress modest and don't dress too flashy because you will be overcharged for a lot of things. Okay, so when you arrive, number 3, when you arrive, try to when you want to get a phone to communicate. When I got here, I realized you have to have a phone to make purchases. If you want to get online, like delivery sent to you and things like that, you have to have a phone. So the number one phone services out here are Vodacom and Airtel, but in Zanzibar it seems to be Tigo. So I use my data a lot to get my work done when Wi-Fi is low, because Wi-Fi is not that strong in certain areas. So you do need a phone service when you get here, and you could just go and get like a SIM card, which is very inexpensive, and choose either Vodacom or Airtel. I have Vodacom and it's really good. The service is really good. I had a little trouble when I came to Zanzibar, because in Zanzibar they use Tigo, but it still has worked efficiently. You just have to find the spots that it works well in. But yeah, Vodacom or Airtel if you're in Dar, and if you're in Zanzibar, I will go with Tigo. And they have different data plans. I usually get, I forgot the gigabytes that they give you, but for $15 you can get quite a lot of data. Y'all, I'm scared because the sky is dark, it's about to rain, so I'm trying to rush through this. Okay, so number 4, some places don't have addresses and the GPS isn't really reliable. Some places don't have street numbers at all. So it's best to get familiar with your surroundings and just know where you are. Take a notation of what's close by you, which landmarks are close by. So if your phone goes dead and you don't have an actual address for where you are to direct you, you at least know what's close by so you can get to your destination. So just try to have a good sense of direction and be aware of your surroundings, because some places just don't have street addresses. Number 5, learn how to speak Swahili. Even if it's just the common greetings and the things you'll commonly say. I don't leave my house much. I'm very much a homebody, but I have learned the common greetings. So I can be able to communicate with people a lot easier. It definitely helps you get more acquainted with the society, because communication is our number one way of connecting with people. So at least try to learn Swahili. I do want to learn more Swahili because it puts me in a better position when I'm communicating, and when I want people to assume that I am Swahili, so it can benefit me. So just try to learn as much Swahili as you can before you get here, even if it's just the common greetings at first. Number 6, get used to cooking, because the takeout here is inexpensive, but it's not like dirt cheap, and your money will fly really fast if you don't get used to cooking. Let me repeat that, because I was ordering a lot of takeout when I got here, and that money starts to add up. So it wasn't until my money started to get lower and lower that I started to cook those basic meals, dinner, breakfast, things like that. When you go grocery shopping here, it's way cheaper than you going and eating takeout. That's the same thing in America. So I would suggest just getting used to cooking before you arrive, because it will bless your pockets a lot more if you do that. So number 7, I just have to let y'all know this. When you stay in a lot of these Airbnbs, I'm not even gonna lie, it seems like you are a guest in someone's house, because a lot of the hosts live in their Airbnb, especially the much more affordable Airbnbs. It seems like I'm just a guest in their house and I have to walk on eggshells because I'm in their house, and it's not like the traditional Airbnb in the West. So be aware of that. It just seems like you're staying at your grandma's house, and she wants you to clean up all the time, and you can't just kick back and get comfortable and put stuff all over the place because you're staying in someone's home most of the time. Now the ones that are like $20 and up, maybe 19 and up, around there, anywhere from like 17 and up dollars per night, you probably are staying there alone. But most of the time, the cheap ones, like $10 to 15, it seems like you're staying in someone's home and you're just a guest. Like you can't really be at home. And then some people have their family living there, and when you're going to the kitchen, you have a full audience, so you have to dress modestly as you're walking around. You can't just get comfortable and get butt naked and just walk around the house. So yeah, that is something you should really be aware of before you come here and rent Airbnbs, because it's not like the ones in the States. And for me, being as introverted as I am, and I like to feel at home in my Airbnb, that's what's made me spend a little bit more money for that convenience and the comfortability, because I don't like to walk on eggshells as I'm walking around. Even there's one that I stayed at, it was a private studio, and she just kept coming in there. She would knock, but it's just annoying. Like, let me have this time to myself. But that's just how they do things here, so be aware of that when you come and you rent the cheaper Airbnbs. Okay, so number 7, learn how to bargain, because there's not a lot of set prices, so you have to learn how to bargain. And usually what they do is they start at a very high price, so you got to be ready to walk away if they try you with this high price. And usually what they'll do is be like, no, okay, what do you want to pay? So then, you just bargain, hit them with a low price, and then work your way up. So that's something that I've had to learn how to do, because a lot of the prices are not set, especially when you go to Kariakou market and places like that, local places that don't have the set prices. You have to learn how to bargain. Don't get so offended if they give you a high price, because that's just how business works here. Number 8, fresh milk and cheese is hard to come by. I don't know why. I didn't really do my research on why, but the cheese sometimes costs like $10, and the milk is like 1,500 cedis for like a little bag. So the milk doesn't come in a jug, it comes in a bag, and a lot of the milk is warm. Like, they leave it out, and I guess it's tested prior for heat so that it can handle that type of heat. I don't want to say it wrong. Homogenized? I don't know. But it's tested so that it can last in the heat, and they just leave it out, and I'll be scared to drink it. So y'all, I've just kind of gotten away from the milk and the cheese because it's very expensive. The cheese and the milk, it can go bad really fast if you get the refrigerated one. So I just kind of strayed away from milk and cheese. So just be aware of that coming here. Cheese is very expensive. Milk is packaged differently, and it goes bad fast. I think you have about 4 days to drink it. So yeah. The last one, I think we're on number 8 or 9, but number 8, live below your means. I said this on the last video, but I'm gonna repeat it. Money goes quickly here, so if you're not living below your means, you will be in a position that I was. And honestly, I felt as if I was living below my means, because things are affordable here, but it starts to add up, especially if you don't have steady income coming in. So try to live below your means, whether that comes to, I'm talking about housing, when it pertains to housing, when it pertains to accommodations, even transportation. When I travel around, I mostly use a bajaji, which is most of the time $1 to $2 to just get from point A to point B. The cars can stem from $4 to $5, but you know, bajajis over time, you're saving a lot more money if you use a bajaji. And it seems scary because they don't have like the doors on the side and things like that, but they don't speed like that out here, so it's not unsafe to get into the bajajis. And I go in there with my daughter, and she loves it because the wind blows a lot stronger, and when it's hot it feels very comfortable to me. So bajajis, try to, you know, get the local brand foods. Don't try to eat the stuff that you were accustomed to in America, because things will start to add up and you will go broke if you just consistently getting the things that you're accustomed to. You have to step out of your comfortability if you want your money to stretch just a little bit longer. And I learned this from my family, watching my parents move and migrate from Jamaica to America. We lived below our means. We went from having a house to living in an apartment with us, me and my siblings sharing a room, and my brother on a pull-out bed. So I wish I would have taken advice from my parents as far as that goes, just watching them. I wish I would have followed their example. I wish I would have followed my parents' example and lived below my means when I first came here. But we all have a chance to turn things around. And because I've made those mistakes, I can now advise you guys on what not to do, because I was bold enough to come here, make my mistakes, and I've learned from them. And I'm here to guide you guys on what not to do. So that's all the tips I have for today. And these are the things you should know coming to Tanzania, whether you're visiting or traveling. And I hope I was helpful. So stay tuned for the next video. Leave a comment, share, and like. Bye. One love.